What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our next not so tier list, our basically deck excitement list for EX6. This is the second time we've been doing this. I got really good results on the last video, so I want to continue this deck excitement list, this not so tier list, where we're going to talk about the decks from EX6 that we're most excited about building, about testing, go through some of the decks that we're interested in, other ones that we might not be as interested in. I don't usually go through every deck that's coming out in a set, but I kind of hit the core ones and then kind of give my different levels of enthusiasm on these decks, as well as other things that might be good in this format that I might think about building if there's no other new deck that I want to build. But if you like these types of videos, hey, and you like all this types of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about which decks we are super excited for in the EX6 format. So here we have, starting off, we have Cherubimon. Cherubimon is a deck that I've always really liked. I like Cherubimon as an archetype. I played Cherubimon in Purple Hybrid when it first came out, which was really good. I played more of the Mega Gargomon line, but I think the Alliance Cherubimon stuff is still pretty sweet. We just got Cherubimon X-Antibody in the last set, as well as Lopmon X-Antibody. We've got tons of cool cards, and we're getting another Cherubimon line in this set for the Angels section here, which really works well with both the yellow-green Cherubimon stuff and the green-purple Cherubimon stuff. So it's good either way. And puts extra bodies on the board. So good. So here, I would say that I am rank this in the A category, and we'll remind you again what this is. This means like I'm super excited for. This is like the super excited list. This is the, excited. All right, I'd love to try it, but I'm not super interested. This is not really that interested, and this is dog crap. I don't want to do it. I don't want to deal with it at all. But anyways. So yeah, we have in this, we're putting this in the excited list. I'm not super excited to build Cherubimon. It's not something I've been waiting for formats, but I definitely want to give it a try. Right now, I'm enjoying Tyrant Cabritarimon, but it's not exactly what I wanted from a green deck. So I mean, I feel like this might be a good option to maybe try in the EX6 format. Put this green kind of yellow-purple deck together and see what we can do. And see what kind of cool things, because as you know, I do like insects, I do like plants, but I feel like that's all they ever do really good for green. So when they have good beast support, I really appreciate it, because it's just a different line of green, which is why I'm going to be so excited for the Diaboromon stuff, because it's going to be avian liberator stuff and not plants and insects. But I definitely think that the excitement about the Cherubimon stuff, it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fun. I don't know if it's going to be super competitive, but I think it's going to be at least good enough that you can take a crack at, and I can't wait to try it. So that's where I feel on the Cherubimon stuff. Next up, we have something that probably everyone is excited for, and that is the Gate of the Seven Deadly Sins. Well, sorry, Gate of the Deadly Sins. Sorry. This is going to be the 7 Demon Lords deck. This is going to be Ogudamon, which is going to be the boss monster, and you're going to have usually pretty much one copy at least of all the 7 Demon Lords, depending on ratios and stuff like that. This is a deck that I am super excited for, not because I think it's going to be super good and competitive, which I think it is, but because I love the Royal Knight deck, the just Mega Zoo Royal Knight deck, and I think that I'm really going to enjoy this version to the 7 Deadly Sins. I think it's going to be more consistent, honestly, than the Royal Knight deck, because it seems like you can reduce the cost to nothing, and you just want to trash stuff like a usual purple deck. You want to trash as much as you can to get that Ogudamon out as fast as you can, and basically just OTK. It feels like it's going to be easier than setting up the Omnimon Rush, but I might be wrong. So if you feel differently than me, or something I don't know, then maybe drop a comment down below, let me know. But I am super excited, and because they're all alts, and I love shiny things. I'm a collector, so I love shiny things. So I'm going to be picking up play sets of alts of all of the 7 Demon Lords. I'm sad that this card didn't have an alt like King Drazel, but I mean, Agudamon does, so whatever. Agudamon has 2 alts. And this low pull rate is probably going to be stupidly expensive. But yeah, so that is one of the decks I've been super excited to build for the next format, and I just can't wait to try it as my purple deck. Next we have our black deck, Diaboromon, with the new Diaboromon support. I am also super excited for Diaboromon. I think this is going to be cool. It's going to bring the deck back from its hiatus from like BT5 and EX1, where that last time the deck had any kind of like shot at being competitive. I don't think it's going to be super competitive to start off with. I think it's going to be good, but we got to wait till BT17 so we get that extra line support. Even if you're not playing the final countdown version with the new option card that basically clock of the end, I think that this is going to be really good in both formats. I think it's going to be better in BT17. I can't wait to see if this is a deck that can top, because I love me some black decks. I feel like black is one of the hardest decks in the game to get really good, especially in a pure line. Like Numemon is just destroying right now, but Numemon is like half Numemon and half rando cards that are just really good in Numemon. So I feel like a pure like black deck is something that's hard to come by, and so I feel like this is something that's like really cool. It's always been its own archetype. It has lots of cool support from old sets that I think are still going to be relevant, as well as the new support, which is going to be super relevant, mixed in there. So I'm super excited for that. Just the fact that you can all turns disrupt your opponent's plays and play out a bunch of tokens to protect your guys. It's going to be, I think it's going to be really cool, and I can't wait to put this together and test it out. So I'm really excited for Diaboromon, and I hope you guys are too. It's been a long time coming, and I think it's perfect time, EX6, to start testing and learning the abilities and getting things down, so that when we get that other support in BT17, you're ready to take this deck to a tournament if you really want to. But yeah, I think that's really cool, and so I'm super excited to get Diaboromon back on the playfield. I even have like the Diaboromon, Wargreymon, Melgarurumon deck, or mat, where they're like fighting. So that's really cool. Lilithmon, I might get crap for this, but I'm on the fence about Lilithmon. I like Lilithmon. I think it's a great card. I love that we're getting a new Lilithmon, and it's going to be so good. I think we're getting Lilithmon X-Antibody next set, which is even better. So I think the deck is going to be a little bit more predominant in BT17. But I think I still see a lot of people just playing Millith, and I'm just not sure if I want to play Millith this format. I do like Millith. I think it's a great deck. So I feel like I could be excited for it, but right now I'm just kind of, I'm good either way. Like if I decide to build it, I'm good. If I don't decide to build it and wait a format, until we get the X-Antibody card, I think I'm fine, because I'm just more excited for the 7 Deadly Sins deck. And if I don't like the 7 Deadly Sins deck, I can, switch over and try Millith or Lilith or whatever kind of variants there are going out. I think a lot of people love Lilith, and I think there's going to be a lot of good decks coming out with Lilith. Me personally, not as excited for it, but if you are excited for it, I hope you get what you want out of the deck, and I think that you should definitely give it a try, because it's definitely a good deck. Like I said, I'm putting it here because I'm just not as interested in building it right now, but that doesn't mean that that's not going to change, right? So it is definitely something that I'm still interested in. Yeah, so and I think it's going to be really cool. Mastimon. I am super excited for Mastimon. I love playing Mastimon in prior formats. You got really good cards. You got really good Godamon, Salamon, both Angelwoman and Lady Devimon play you free Mirays. You got a new Mary. You got so many support cards in this set for the Mastimon, and the Mastimon Ace is so cool. And the fact is that you can now play like Mastimon Ace and then a regular Mastimon like the ST10 one, and kind of balance the overflow versus the other stuff to still play free summons like free Lucimons, and it's just so huge, and it's going to be really, really awesome. So I'm super ecstatic and super excited for Mastimon. I think it's going to be great. Gene Digivolving game, playing free Mirays. It's going to be Mirai, I think it's Mirai is the way to say it, but it's going to be so good, and I can't wait to see how the deck evolves from the last time we played it, which was got to be like 2 or 3 formats ago. more than that maybe. I'd have to look through my YouTube list. I know I did play it after BT8. I think I played it in like BT10, BT11, BT11 because we did get Mastimon support. That's when we got the first Mireille. If I say it too fast, it doesn't sound right. But yeah, so BT11 I think would have been the last time I played this deck. So it's been a while, and I think I really like Mastimon. So yeah, that'll be good. And then we have ragnalordmon. Ragnalordmon goes down here. I'm not interested in ragnalordmon. I do think it's good. It's not dog crap. I think ragnalordmon's super strong. I'm playing actually the regular ragnalordmon in my Shakuamon DNA Digivolve deck right now from ST12, and it is amazing. And so I definitely do think that this is a great card. I don't think I'm going to be playing it. I'm not going to be making a ragnalordmon deck. I don't know if I really like a regular ragnalordmon deck. I mean, I could see me splashing this in a deck like the Shakuamon DNA Digivolve potentially, but I don't think I'm going to be, actually playing this in the deck. So I just don't have any interest right now in playing ragnalordmon. I've never really had a lot of interest in playing ragnalordmon. It's still a really great card. I know people love ragnalordmon. It's a great card. I think people are going to find enjoyment in it, and I think it probably is going to add a lot of good consistency cards to the line. I just personally don't, I just don't have any, inkling to play it right now, and hopefully maybe that'll change one day. But right now, this is just one thing that's not on my list right now. I'm saving out all my red enthusiasm for red hybrid in the next couple formats. And then lastly here, we have a deck that's not actually part of EX6, but I don't have a blue deck because the Xingpeng line is like 4 or 5 cards of the entire set is devoted to this new blue line, and I'm not here for it. I don't know if it's going to be any good. Like, it could be a good splash card in some blue stun decks, but I'm not interested in it at all. So I know I have a green deck, a black deck, yellow deck, purple deck, and a red deck that I'm not really interested in. But we're going to go with Imperial Dramon, and we're going to put it in the excited category. This is something I think I want to build maybe next format. I don't know if I'm going to stick with Magnamon X-Antibody as my or Armor Rush as my blue deck. I've been saying that I wasn't 100% sold on it. Like, it was fun. I did very well at tournament with it, but it felt like a lot of the times it could have gone either way. And I'd rather play a deck that I feel like I'm comboing up and doing a lot of things and playing the right plays. Magnamon, I did feel like I did a lot of good stuff, but I felt like I was also kind of just basically banking off the fact that Magna X is impossible to get around, and I'd rather create decks. I'd rather create decks that are going to be really good, really consistent, and can get around Magna X. So I think that Imperial Dramon is something I've always really loved. It's one of the cards I got into the game for, and BT2 Imperial Dramon BT3 Imperial Dramon and BT2 Shine Greymon is what got me into this game. The jamming, check, swing, jam for game, or the Shine Greymon, just blow everything up and then attack for game kind of thing, is what got me into this game. So I definitely have a special spot in my heart for Imperial Dramon. So I think this is going to be good going into the next format. I think it's going to be good going into BT17. So I think it's something that I might build during the EX6 format, start testing out now that I got my shiny Paildramons coming, and they're super stupidly expensive. So I definitely think that this is probably something that I could potentially do as a blue deck next format, even though it's not part of the EX6 line, because it'd just be something I'd be interested in testing with all the other decks. But that is what I have for my deck excitement list, my not so tier list. Tell me what you guys think. Are you like me? Do you have some of these in your top category, or would you like to see Ragnalordmon up higher? Do you think Ragnalordmon is gonna be super good, and you think I should have at least given it a fair shot? This is how I feel, and don't take any offense by it. This is, like I said, this is not a tier list. This is not like this is the best. I mean, this is probably gonna be the best deck, but like, these are not all the best decks, and they're not all the worst decks either. So it's just more of how I feel about the game and what I want to see and what I want to play and test going forward. And that's what I like doing about this thing, is it's not about what's the best. It's about what interests me the most and what I'm going to be most enthusiastic about, which is going to keep me in this game, which is going to keep me testing and playing and potentially getting better and doing well at tournaments. So that is what we have, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.